guys, Markel here, back with another video. Hopefully you guys have had a great day today. With that being said, I want to remind you guys tomorrow that I'm going to have Love and Freedom and Urban Globetrotter on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 6 p.m. West Coast Time. All right? Now, I want to get into some questions that were left behind. I want to try to answer these questions to the best of my ability. Of course, I don't know everything, and there might be some veterans in here who will watch this video who can chime in with their experience on some of these issues you veterans are having all over the world, okay? So this is a question that I got, the first one, where someone wants to know if they can use their VA home loan certificate while they're in the Philippines. Now, as far as I know, the answer to that is absolutely not. The VA home loan certificate is only supposed to be used in the U.S. and U.S. territories. Now, if you were thinking about leaving the Philippines and going to Guam, then yes, you'll absolutely be able to use it. But as far as I'm aware, unless there is some law or some rule that has changed, you can only use it in the U.S. and U.S. territories. What I would say to you is if you have been granted the grant, like you have an SAH or an SHA grant, you can use that grant if you own the property, own the majority of the property, or I forgot how it goes when you're renting the property. But you can use that grant to change things and upgrade things that will help you in your daily life if you qualify for it overseas. You can do that. But as far as the home loan certificate, no. I'm pretty sure the answer to that is still going to be no. Now, another question that I got was regarding a veteran who's in the Philippines who wanted to know about the caregiver program and can he use the caregiver program in Thailand, not the Philippines, Thailand. Okay. The answer to that one is no. The caregiver program, and you can call tomorrow and you can go online and fill it out. As soon as you put your address in, it probably won't even allow you to put your address in the Philippines, but you can verify this tomorrow. If you are not in the U.S., again, or U.S. territory, when it comes to the caregiver program, you will not be able to use the caregiver program. Why? Because part of the caregiver program is they're going to come out and make house calls. They're going to come out and check to make sure your caregiver is taking care of you. They're not going to do that when you're in a foreign country. They won't even send medication overseas. They're damn sure not going to send somebody to your house overseas to see if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So in a nutshell, that's going to be an absolutely not. Okay, let's move to the last one, which is there's a gentleman who's getting ready to apply for aid in attendance. He has TBI. He's 100% permanent and total. And his question is, he's confused about the way the VA is writing up that it is an increase, and that it also, his doctor has filled out the 2680 form, and they're going to send him to a CMP exam. Okay, so let's tackle all that. First and foremost, even though you're 100% PNT, it is an increase. That's the way that they write it up, as an increase. So they're basically saying you're going to increase your amount from 100 and you're going to get into the SMC category. That is normal for anybody across the board that has applied for housebound, you apply for aid and attendance, you apply for any benefit SMCK outside of 100%, they're going to label it as an increase. So that's normal. When it comes to the CMP, yes, unless it is something that is so obvious. For example, missing limbs, you're in a nursing home, you're in a hospital, you're in a mental health ward. If it's not one of those situations, they're going to send you to a CMP exam. That is normal. So I'm going through it myself. I've already gone to one June 30th. I just went to one 10 days ago here in Colombia, and I'm having to go to another one here in about another week. So that's going to be 3 that I'm going to myself. So yeah, don't feel like, you're being singled out or they're why are they doing me like this? This is a normal process. If it's not something that is totally obvious, regardless of what the doctor wrote, then yeah, you can get ready to do a CMP exam. And while we're on the subject of CMP exams, let me say this. When you go to your CMP exams, be respectful, answer the questions, but only answer the questions you are asked. Do not go in volunteering information. What do I mean by that? If the doctor asks you a question, something like, okay, how often do you leave your house? You say something like, oh, I leave my house 3 or 4 days out of the week. And they write on there 3 or 4 days out of the week. When it comes to the raters, especially the first set of raters who are super lazy, they're not gonna follow up. They're not gonna call you and ask you why you go out 3 or 4 days out of the week. They're just gonna leave it like that and deny your claim, saying, nope, you have this, but it's not severe enough because you leave your house. Instead, the way you answer that question is, you start with the most important part first. How often do you leave your house? I see my specialist, which is my doctor or my psychiatrist or whoever it is you see, 3 or 4 times out of the week. That way they know why you're leaving 3 or 4 times out of the week your house. You get what I'm saying? But do not go into your C&P exam volunteering information they didn't ask for. Because a lot of times when veterans get denied, it's because they said something when they meant something else, but the doctor only wrote what you said. And in our minds, we think everybody understands what we're saying. No, they do not. So when it comes to C&P exams, you want to make sure you answer the question, but if it's something important, you put the important part first. So if you're seeing your doctor 4 times out of the week, you start that sentence off with, I see my doctor 3 or 4 times out of the week, instead of just saying, I leave my house 3 or 4 times out of the week. All right, guys? But other than that, man, that's going to be it. I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time.